안녕하세요, 안차키입니다. Good of you to join us on this edition of Let's Speak Korean. And here to guide us through our lesson is 지승현 선생님. Let's say hello. 안녕하세요, 선생님.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요, 지승현입니다. 다시 만나서 반갑습니다. Thank you for joining us in this lesson.
Let's get a quick review of our last lesson before we move on. Remember, we learned how to confirm something and also how to stress it. Now, 선생님, 어제 뭐 하셨어요?
같이 연극 봤잖아요.
Oh, that's right. We went to a play. But what did we do after that?
커피를 마셨잖아요.
Oh, of course, right. All right, so that is what we do. We add the phrase 잖아요 to the stem of adjectives and verbs. Well, in this lesson, we will find out how to talk about detailed ways of expressing the things that we felt about certain things that we saw with our own eyes. Let's go to the clip to find out what's going on.
어제 산 옷을 바꾸러 왔는데요.
어디가 마음에 안 드세요?
너무 뚱뚱해 보여요.
그럼 한번 골라보세요. 이쪽에서 고르세요.
마이크 씨, 이 색 어때요?
조금 나이가 많아 보이지 않아요?
그럼 흰색은 어때요? 멋있는데요?
괜찮아 보이네요. 아주머니, 이 옷으로 주세요.
Michael and Minuk are at a shop to exchange some clothes that they bought. Now, it seems that Michael wants to change something he bought because he thinks that he looks fat in it. So, Minuk suggests that he try on something that's purple, and Michael tries it on, but he says that he looks old in that color. So after that, Minuk again suggests that he try on a white t-shirt. Michael tries it on, and he seems to like it this time. All right, then, let's get a check of the expressions in this lesson. We'll learn how to express our feelings about things that we see with our own eyes. We'll learn how to use 아, or 여 보이다. All right, then before we get to those expressions, here are some new words that we need to learn them. So please listen carefully to 선생님.
뚱뚱하다. 뚱뚱하다. 날씬하다. 날씬하다. 나이가 많다. 나이가 많다. 어리다. 어리다.
Good. We'll watch the clip now to find out how these words are used in them.
너무 뚱뚱해 보여요. 조금 나이가 많아 보이지 않아요? 괜찮아 보이네요.
Michael has come to the shop to exchange something that he bought, and he says that he looks too fat in it. How did he say this in Korean?
너무 뚱뚱해 보여요.
Minuk suggests that he try on something purple. Michael does, and he says that he looks a little bit too old in it this time. How did he say this in Korean?
조금 나이가 많아 보이지 않아요?
Now this time, Michael tries on a white t-shirt. He seems to like it. And so, what did he say?
괜찮아 보이네요.
The common factor in the three sentences lie in the phrases 뚱뚱해 보여요, 나이가 들어 보이다, and 괜찮아 보이네요. Right? So as I mentioned earlier, it lies in the expression 아, or 여 보이다. Now, 선생님, when do we use this expression?
Okay, we use this expression 아, or 여 보이다 to talk about how we feel about something that we see with our own eyes. Some of the expressions are about our opinion or how we felt after we say something. Since we are talking about how we feel about something, we can only add adjectives to the word stem, so you have to remember that.
All right, and I suppose the difference in whether we use 아, or 여 보이다 again depends on the final consonant or vowel that comes at the end of the word.
That's right. We have come across this rule before many times, so I'm going to just skip that explanation this time.
So without much further ado, let's go and get some more practice using 아, or 여 보이다 with the words that we learned earlier. Please listen carefully.
뚱뚱하다. 뚱뚱해 보이다. 날씬하다. 날씬해 보이다. 나이가 많다. 나이가 많아 보이다. 어리다. 어려 보이다.
This time we're going to practice some complete sentences. Please follow along.
너무 뚱뚱해 보여요. 아주 날씬해 보였어요. 그 사람은 나이가 많아 보여요. 그 여자는 어려 보였어요.
It's time for some extra expressions. Now, when Michael comes to exchange the clothing that he bought, the owner of the store asks him what it was about it that he didn't like. How did he phrase this question in Korean?
어디가 마음에 안 드세요? 어디가 마음에 안 드세요?
Now, another thing that the owner of the shop says is for Michael to choose since he didn't like the one that he bought earlier. So, what was this expression that he used in Korean?
그럼 한번 골라보세요. 이쪽에서 고르세요. 그럼 한번 골라보세요. 이쪽에서 고르세요.
So the word for to choose in Korean is 고르다, but this time we saw a little bit of a different form being used here. Now, could you tell us about that, 선생님?
Sure. There is a note change when a consonant follows the stem for the word 고르다. But when it is followed by vowel sound such as 아, the form changes to 골라요, 골랐어요, and 골라보세요.
Now, this is another one of those rules that I'm afraid we'll have to memorize. All right, then, let's wrap up what we have learned up to this point. We will go over the expressions one by one, along with the clip.
어서 오세요.
어서 오세요.
어제 산 옷을 바꾸러 왔는데요.
어제 산 옷을 바꾸러 왔는데요.
어디가 마음에 안 드세요?
어디가 마음에 안 드세요?
너무 뚱뚱해 보여요.
너무 뚱뚱해 보여요.
이 색 어때요?
이 색 어때요?
조금 나이가 많아 보이지 않아요?
조금 나이가 많아 보이지 않아요?
그럼 흰색은 어때요?
그럼 흰색은 어때요?
괜찮아 보이네요.
괜찮아 보이네요.
That was very good. Now here, once again, is the entire clip from the beginning, so please memorize the expressions.
어서 오세요.
어제 산 옷을 바꾸러 왔는데요.
어디가 마음에 안 드세요?
너무 뚱뚱해 보여요.
그럼 한번 골라보세요. 이쪽에서 고르세요.
마이클 씨, 이 색 어때요?
조금 나이가 많아 보이지 않아요?
그럼 흰색은 어때요? 멋있는데요?
괜찮아 보이네요. 아주머니, 이 옷으로 주세요.
Let's turn our attention to some accurate Korean pronunciations. We shall practice comparing some 받침 sounds that are a little bit confusing to differentiate. So we will learn how to come up with their accurate pronunciations, which will, of course, naturally tell us how we're going to differentiate them. First of all, the 받침 sounds 니은 and 이응.
커피 한 잔. 커피 한 잔. 사진 한 장. 사진 한 장.
The 받침 sounds 니은 and 이응 show up quite often, and they are sort of difficult to differentiate. But no matter, we have to learn how to pronounce them accurately. Now, 선생님, is there a way to make it easier for us to differentiate and to pronounce them?
Sure. It is easier to differentiate and memorize them when we learn in a sentence, when we learn that expression in a sentence. And this is even more effective when we add on suffixes and then vowel sounds.
And how do we do that?
It is easy to differentiate them in complete sentences. Okay, for example, 커피 한 잔 becomes 커피 한 잔을 주세요. Okay, so long sentence. Another example is 사진 한 장 becomes 사진 한 장을 주세요. Okay, so practice them this way.
It sounds a lot easier when you explain it like
That's
that.
good.
All right, now let's take another look at one more example. We're going to look at the example where we're talking about our class and our room. Please listen carefully.
우리 반. 우리 반에 오세요. 우리 방. 우리 방에 오세요.
That is all the time we have for this edition, I'm afraid, but we'll be back with another edition. So until next time, 안녕히 계세요.